What's going on, guys? This is EK1 Gaming here, and today's video, oh boy have we got a treat for you. This is an apparent leak to the new raid and all the information we pretty much need, including named bosses and also what their story is. Now, of course, this is assumed it is real. Okay, this has been sent to me on Discord. I know a couple of other content creators have been sent the same information or maybe slightly different information, but this has basically come to me and it kind of makes sense. So I'm going to put the video out there, but it may change. It may not be 100%. However, this is what I have received. Now, as you see on the screen, we have the Division 2 raid, Foundry, okay? Now, there's a bit of information there. I'll let you guys read it. I'll put links to these pictures in the description below as well, where you can download them. But basically, we're going to skip through it and basically say, Raid Boss 1, name, Lieutenant Gray. So basically, Gray used to be a big shot superstar surgeon somewhere. He stole a whole bunch of drugs, like a dozen of his patients died in weird circumstances. When the news broke, his face was everywhere online. So basically, people are after this guy. Now, his abilities, he's going to have a custom MP5. And he's also going to have bodyguards, which we, of course, know that's going to be more NPCs. Now, going on to his other abilities, you have got Ironclad Armor System. So basically, it's Gray can simultaneously armor up and give himself a dose of combat stims. And it says here it's pretty much spice he stole from the hyenas. Raid Boss ability 4, Ironclad Dispenser. Basically, he can shoot his nano steel, or whatever it's called, at range. So basically, he can shoot that at range to dispense the system. Then he's got Ironclad Overdose, who's basically testing his armor system on Truce and Grunts first. Most of them died from it, so it's given to those due for punishment. So basically, I think that's going to be his attacking ability. So he's going to be like firing some kind of stuff. It's going to involve burning. So we were told before about the burning aspect of the raid. So this looks like it could be pretty cool. And then, of course, on top of that, he has a healing backpack. So basically, there's no description on the healing backpack in the debunking of the code, etc. But he has a healing backpack. So it doesn't exactly tell us how to kill this guy, but maybe it's got something to do with the backpack when we have to burst the backpack first. Also, you'll see here, Raid Boss 2 is Captain Pfizer. Now, it's not exactly hard to find out about someone's past when they won't stop bragging about it. Pfizer ran a fire station in DC. He got promoted, etc. He clearly gives no shits about taking responsibility, but loves taking credit. So he's just basically an old fire chief or etc. who has now turned dark side. And this links in again with the fire aspect. Now, his first ability, the Last Dragon. He claims to love his modified flamethrower, but he sure doesn't treat it with a lot of respect. So basically, he's going to have a big old flamethrower. And let's take a look at his other abilities now. So now his second ability is Propane Injection System. So basically, he's bullied one of his engineers into building an extra fuel tank on his flamethrower. And he keeps it full of propane. He loves cranking it up and turning the flames blue. The more he cranks, the more dangerous he looks. He's going to blow himself up one day. Hopefully somewhere I can watch. So that indicates to me that you're going to have to do something with that tanker to actually kill him. And then maybe there's an animation when he dies, he'll blow himself up in some way. His another ability he has is Hellfire Grenade. Happen to know for a fact just as standard issues incendiary grenades, but he loves making shit sound more epic. So basically, it's just a standard incendiary grenade. Raid Boss ability 4 is Firestorm. Now, he constantly flaunts safety protocols like it makes him an action movie star or something. I've seen him spray gallons of gas into the air and set it on fire just for shits and giggles, while he's still standing in the middle of it. So basically, he's going to be immune to the fire, of course. Basically, he never does this without his fireproof suit, though. So basically, he's going to have a kind of a fireproof suit on that we're gathering here. He's going to have a big old tank on his back. He's going to be hitting the flames, and he's going to be able to stand in his frame. So maybe we have to break his suit or something on those lines. Now, his next one is basically called Hotshot. Pfizer's dumb pet name for that cannon stuck on the top of a rail car is World War II level at its best, but the True Sons have a weird hard-on for that historical stuff. Pretty sure that means it's vulnerable and than usual modern explosives. The stuff we can make now is a billion times stronger than it was back then. Unfortunately, I have no idea how I'd get my hands on any with these True Sons guards up my ass. So basically, he's going to have a cannon stuck on a rail car. Pretty much going to mess us up. And then the next one is control room infrastructure. Even the True Sons brass still don't completely understand how the Sandforge control room works, which is just fine by me. Means I'm still useful and less likely to get shot. So there's going to be some kind of like protection for him so he doesn't actually get shot. Now going on to the third raid boss is Lieutenant Williams. And I avoid Williams like the plague. Most people do. A lot of True Sons seem to have come from criminal gangs or whatever, but he's got a ton of legit military experience. You can tell just by the way he carries himself. He worships Morozova and does anything she says, like seriously anything. No matter how fucked up, half the stories I have heard are true. He crossed the line so long ago, he can't even see it anymore. So that may indicate that he has a partner with him, or he's being led by something. Now let's take a look at the abilities. One is the furnace, again sticking to the fire. I was never allowed to get near this monster. I'd need years more training, which obviously ain't going to happen now. It doesn't help that the guy loved to scare me with horror stories of how easily it can get out of balance. Now that's a game. That's the thing for the game, right? Out of balance. And how fast it could melt down if you weren't on your toes. One poor dude apparently got mounted to the wall by a blast of superior steam or super hot steam. So basically this is going to be like some kind of steam thrower or something that hits out steam. Basically you don't fuck with the furnace unless you are deranged. So this is going to be fun, like something with steam going on, which kind of links to the Pathway Park mission as well with the steam that comes through the ground. But maybe that will come into it as well. And then his next ability, Chimera Chem Launcher. So he has a chem launcher from an agent he killed, but he modified it so he can swap super fast between two different kinds of ammo. Apparently only chemical warfare and straight up war crime level stuff can give him whatever sick thrill he's after. So he's going to have two different types of ammo in his chem launcher, which is going to be interesting. The next one is Kuroda. True Sons engineers are constantly telling him not to mess with the oxidizer recipe too much. If they're lucky, he ignores them. If they're lucky, he takes it personally and they tend to disappear. Either way, he ignores anything they say and basically cranks up the toxicity way beyond safe levels. So basically, they're surprised the chem launcher hasn't melted from the inside out yet. So basically, he's going to be cranking it up. So maybe there's like a power bar or something where he like hypes it up a bit, you know, pumps the chem launcher up, and then it does more damage. Just like maybe when the hounds go down and then they do the spin fire. Maybe it's something on those lines. The next one is called Wildfire. Regular fire starter ammo is already pretty efficient. It starts fires. What more do you want? Turns out Williams hasn't satisfied with that and made a new version. He used to live targets until he was satisfied. It burned and as hot and as long as he wanted. So basically, he's going to have fire bullets and they're going to do a lot of damage. It's going to burn. That again could be linked with the Kuroda. I don't know yet, but we're just guessing right now. So what would a boss be if they didn't have Seeker Mines to annoy you also? So Lockdown Seeker Mines are his next one. More tech stolen from the Division because, of course, it is from the way they talk. True Sons, I think they are warriors of truth and justice. But they're just thieves, murderers, and rank and uniform, if you ask me. Riot Foam is already annoying enough. And Williams put it in a Seeker Mine. So it's going to be a Seeker Mine that gives you the foam, pretty much. That's what we're saying here. Seeker Mines that actually freeze you like the foam does. So basically the next one is a Reinforcer unit, which is sick of carrying around with him. However, his boss, Morozova, insisted that he does it. Basically, and when she does that, at the end of the conversation, even Williams isn't crazy enough to question her. So he's going to have some kind of reinforcement unit that either he can drop, or that is more NPCs that come in with him. We're not sure 100% on what that actually means yet. But there is another one as well called Corrosive Haze. Williams is literally so toxic that you can't get close to him without being hurt. So this is indicating that we have to have a bit of distance from him. If you go near him, it's probably going to set you on fire, or you're going to have some kind of toxic bleed or something on you to prevent you actually getting near the boss himself. So now let's take a look at the raid boss 4, Colonel Morozova, which is the boss. She's the boss of the boss before. So one thing I know for sure about Morozova is that she truly, genuinely believes that the True Sons are going to rise up and take over the whole damn country. So she talks about it a lot. She's the kind of leader. She never talks about her past, but her soldiers sure love to gossip. The only thing they agree on is that she broke some kind of all-time record with her military academy exams. So she's quite clever. She's going to be a bit bad. She's going to be a badass boss. And this is going to be the final boss. So the ability first for this boss is going to be Iron Horse. And basically it's going to be something to do with the rail network being intact. So we're indicating some kind of structure on the rail network. And this is going to have lots of steel plates all over it. And so regular weapons won't even tickle it. So basically we're going to have to do something to actually damage the plates. Now basically it's going to carry a lot of troops. And every rail car seems to have a different and even more terrifying weapon on top of it. Mortars, machine guns, all sorts. And then it says, oh, and it's a name that sounds slightly racist to me. Classics True Sons. So this is going to be like a rail car with different waves of NPCs, what you have to destroy. And hopefully that will kind of be done by different objectives. I'm saying that because it's steel plated. It says normal bullets can't do anything. It might be similar to kind of the rail car where you have to put the explosions underneath it in one of the missions. I think it's the zoo or something like that, one of those missions. Now going on to the second ability, Earthshaker Cannon. When your whole thing is using a sledgehammer to crack every nut, then of course you're going to have the biggest cannon anyone has ever seen stuck to the top of a massive armored train. Damn! So this is going to be a massive cannon stuck to the to the roof of the train. It makes the ground literally shake. So basically, maybe we have to be kind of away from a certain area when that happens. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but I'm really looking forward to this raid right now. Even doing this video is exciting to watch. So let's move on to the last few abilities now. The next one is Shock Harpoons. Pretty much self-explanatory. Who put harpoons on a train, then plugs them into a generator so they can zap the ground like that. So this goes back to the whole earthquake. So this is going to be everything related to zapping the ground. So you're probably going to get shocked and die if you're on the ground at that point. It may be similar to Dragon's Nest. If you remember the fire on the ground, you had to basically learn to be in a place what's not activated by the fire. This could kind of be similar to that. So another ability is GAU 25 Vindicator Autocannon. Basically, it's an autocannon from the Airspace Museum and dumping it outside the capital as a precaution. She believes it being over-prepared, and of course she found a second one somewhere and brought it to this raid. They call it the Vindicator or something like that, what the grunts do. I don't think she cares what it's called as long as it mounts anything it's pointed at. So it's the same one as Capital, if you don't know what that is. I think it shoots the door for you when you go in. So it's going to be a massive kind of massive gun, auto cannon. And then the next one is an Avalanche AA-12 shotgun. Damn. So this is something to do with her being called an Ice Queen to her face, but the nickname she gave Auto Shotgun may be a sign that she's well aware of her reputation. So I don't know if this is going to cause some kind of freeze, like ice freeze over you. Because there was rumors about there being like a frozen or some kind of freezing skill coming into the game. And hopefully this is going to be related to the new gear sets maybe, and they'll drop a new skill, which is a frozen skill. Next is Reckoning, shoulder-mounted missile launcher. Pretty much says it all, right? Shoulder-mounted missile launcher. Basically, it literally takes an explosion to stop her. So for some reason, we're going to have to be able to explode her to be able to stop her from doing that. And the last one is Fury. Basically, she made one of her soldiers piss herself without saying a word. She just looked at him while he tried to explain himself. She's like a robot or something. She never shows emotion. So basically, Fury, I think, is going to be kind of that. We had a similar thing. I think it was on Destiny, where if you was in the eye, was it Crota's eye or something? I can't remember now from the back in the day. But if you were in that eye, you instantly wiped. So I think that's going to be something to go by there. So it's kind of like they've took some Destiny stuff. They've took something from Division 1, if that like Dragon's Nest thing works the way it sounds. And of course, brought it all together for our last raid. I'm really excited for this raid, guys. I'm really, really excited for it. So, guys, that's all for the raid information. I hope this is helpful. I hope it is true. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but this is what's been sent through. It seems like it could be true, and it seems pretty cool. If it's not true, they probably should implement a lot of this anyway, because it sounds fun. Thank you for watching the video. Do not forget to hit the like button, subscribe button for more Division 2 content. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's go!